Okay, this is Amy, and our assignment is to evaluate one of the Allison.com e-learning modules. I've chosen the course called Caregiving Skills, Dementia Care, and we'll focus here on the topic entitled Defining Alzheimer's Disease. Others have discussed some of the salient problems with the Allison.com website, so I'm going to point out a couple problematic features of the page from which we access the e-learning topics. First off, the access area violates the contrast principle of multimedia learning because this start button does not stand out at all relative to the surrounding visual elements. It also violates the proximity principle because the start button is very close to this large ad. This proximity suggests that the start button is connected to the ad and not to the course. Getting into the module, I would say that there is good continuity. For example, this image appears at the beginning and end of each topic to provide visual unity. Also, the layout of the screens was fine overall and simple. Although there is a lot of text on many of the slides, this minimizes the number of times the learner has to click to another slide. Even with a lot of text, there is usually sufficient white space. The main problem with the slide format occurs at the top here. There is a uniform header, then a title for the particular slide. That title does not stand out as a heading because the font and size is not distinct enough from the rest of the text, and because this text box interrupts and draws the eye towards it immediately, so the learner would tend not to read the title. The navigation is simple and intuitive. I'd like to point out three more features. Some slides have a post-it note graphic, which is good for visual interest and attention, but I found the font difficult to read. One way the designer dealt with a large amount of text was to use this condensed format that looks like tabbed index cards. This serves the purpose well. You just click on a tab and read the information without having to scroll at all. The final point is a big problem with the whole course. Here we are at the end of the unit, and there has been no learning activity besides reading. There was no meaningful interactive component, no formative assessment at intervals throughout the unit. The only assessment occurs at the end of the course, after you complete 2 full modules with multiple topics. Thank you for walking through these evaluation highlights with me. I look forward to our discussion.